Charging to frailly fear apart. Bullets rain, yet we stand strong. For honor, glory, fight till dawn. A battlefield where legends birth. Never back down, never earth. Blood stains ground, but we won't yield. Against odds, rise, claim our field. Wind blows, fierce through silent night. Grip weapons tight. Face comments wide. Our destinies stand as one. In endless battle, shine like sun. Warriors of the sacred land. Fight last breath across the sand.
Now, did they hit it? Did they hit it pretty hard today? Well, we'll come in, let me do my warm-up. We'll come in and finish the war then. They must have hit it pretty hard, because we were just south of Kabul, right? So we still had Bayman, Kabul, Bashram, Jalalabad, and then all those places northeast of Jalalabad. They must have hit it pretty hard. Well, let me do my BF 109 practice here. Yep, that's all right. X-Plane, huh? I have not seen that one. I've heard people say that a couple times, but I've never actually looked at what that is. Is my sound off? Oh, it's just down. Oh, I was probably on flying the Chinook last night. Alright, I'm gonna have to listen to, I gotta listen to the engine. Alright. I already primed the engine, right? Yeah, we just need to run up the inertial starter.
Run the starter. Copy.
Okay, there we go, I hear it. Alright, brakes on, a little bit of throttle. Waiting for contact.
Clear.
Got it. Alright, let's do about 900 RPMs. And we'll just hold down the right brake. And lock the tail wheel. And drop the sight. Alright, X-Plane. Let me look this up really quick while we're warm. I gotta let the engine warm up, so. I don't think I've messed up the startup yet on this thing, though, so I probably don't need to do cold starts anymore with it. We can probably just, the next stream, go straight to a hot start, 109. Okay, it's just called X-Plane. Is there like a hyphen? Is there a number or anything? Oh, here we go. X-Plane video game. No number, just X-Plane. Okay, so it's just like Microsoft Flight Simulator. Sure, it looks cool. I imagine the flight models are not quite right. X-Plane 12, that must be the newest one. Yep, never seen that one. I imagine it'll look cool, but it'll fly like an arcade plane, because they all do. But you never know. Maybe this one's closer. The thing is most of those simulators, they just simulate the plane. They don't simulate the environment that the plane is flying through, the thickness of the air at altitudes, all that different stuff, all the programming that's just the oxygen you're flying through, which is why the flight models never feel real. They feel like up, down, left, right. Because they just simulate like a plane, and it's basically flying in 0G atmosphere. DCS is the only one I know of that actually has those aspects, so it makes the flight model feel correct and real. JET, jet? No. Especially if it was a long time ago, I was flying real stuff back then, so I didn't really play video games. So no, I never played JET. I remember playing like a flight simulator on PC a long ass time ago. I want to say my mother had it and wanted me to check it out. But it was like it's a long ass time ago, so it definitely didn't feel like a real flight model because it was like, you know, like DOS or something, I think. I think it ran on DOS. It might have been Windows 97 or whatever. And it was really primitive. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing in the air without spinning out. Alright, we can turn the background music back on. Okay. Alright, we gotta set the prop. So governor is off and set the prop to 12 o'clock. Alright, we just gotta remember to turn the governor on once I'm up airborne so I don't smoke the motor again. Let's give it a little bit more flap. Okay. Tail wheel is... whoop. Okay, tail wheel's locked. Alright, here we go. Cross your fingers and your nuts and your butts. Not bad so far. We're airborne. Turning the governor on. Gear coming up, flaps coming up. Yep, governor's on. Perfect, we got her. Gotta love that engineering. Changes the prop position as you change the throttle. Alright, let's see if we can do an overhead brake landing without stalling out or spinning out. Although we might spin out when we land just because of the friggin' ground friction. Okay, there's the runway. .450 kilometers an hour. Probably get about 500 before we get there. Close to it. Alright, flaps coming down, gear coming down. We want to stay about 220 kilometers or a little bit more. That's about 250. I'll be okay with that. Make sure we have a good gradual turn so we don't dig the wing in and start falling out of the sky. If you got to turn a little bit more, you just increase your throttle just a little bit. This is all looking pretty good. The hard part will be once I'm on the ground, just because there's no friction, so we're basically on ice. All right. You know what? That's pretty good. That was pretty good. We almost had a good solid 3-point stick. We had a little tiny little half a foot little barely a hop. That's pretty good. What's up, Vic? Oh, that's why. Vic wasn't here yet. That's why I did it. If Vic was here, I would have wrecked. Vic would have hit me with the mojo. pressure. That's right. I do everything I do to impress Vic. Alright, well that was a good warm-up. I mean, that was pretty solid. It's going good so far. I mean, I did a cold start, no mistakes. I took off. I didn't forget anything. I took off clean, came around, did an overhead brake, and landed pretty clean. It's all good. So I think I'm pretty good with the Dora and the 109, at least to fly them and take off and land. Be another. Once we start doing more battles and stuff, I'll get better with the munitions. Of course, I'm fine with the Jug and the Mustang. I guess I'm gonna have to tackle the Mosquito one of these days. I do have the Mosquito, and I've got to learn that one from scratch. All right. All right, I don't need no helicopter warm-up. Let's just go to the war. Considering this war is almost over, I was told, so let's check it out. Everybody's streaking. I'm always streaking. I only fly naked. Only feet. Nope, I don't show my face no more. Too many people will be hanging around that don't care about aviation. Too many women will start showing up. Can't do it. I did win an award for best looking disabled guy. It's been a few years, but that is a thing that happened. Oh my gosh, this looks like it's over. This is over. The only thing left is the legend of the Stinger guy, the guy out here with the Igla. That's all that's left. This is basically over. I actually know where he is. Well, that's not true. They might have moved him. But I think that's a video game, right? Well, that you're probably talking about an actual person. I remember seeing footage of a video game helicopter thing where the pilot's got no shoes on. Beware of the legend of Jamshed. Jamshed is a dude with an igla standing on top of one of these ridges. I've killed him before. How far is that from Kandahar? 120 miles, huh? Or we can take off from Sheikh Sharon. We'll just take off from Sheikh Sharon. We'll get up with an ELAMP pod and see what's up. Last time, after I killed the SAMs, I had to grab an A-10 and just fly around and use the targeting pod until I found that dude standing on a ridge with an igla on his shoulder and just killed him. But the war is probably over. You don't have to kill Jamshed. But let me get the ELAMP pod up in the air and we'll see what we see. Do we have a scout? The scout probably can't see it. Oh, the scout can see. So there's a Panseer S1. That's it. There's a Panseer. So Jamshed is on one of these ridge lines somewhere hiding. Let me kill the Panseer and then we'll see if we can, we'll grab an A-10 and we'll see if we can find him. Unless it gets too boring and then we'll switch servers. Alright, back taxiing to the... I think it's... I don't know, that way. To the west. We're heading south. Which means Neb is over there somewhere. I don't know. I might jump over to the North Pole World War II server because I have not messed with that server yet, and we're gearing up to do a World War II campaign. So I waited like a year to get that Dora. I'm not sure if Neb is waiting on me or if he's coming around. Okay, he's gonna do a... I don't know what he's doing. Okay, yeah, he's coming in. What's up, Sam? How you doing tonight? All right. Mill power. Blower. That runway is jank. Alright, so that SA6 is... Well, you know what? I know how to find an SA... Let's do it the way we would do it in real life. Let's get some briefing information that gives us a GPS coordinate of about where it is. And let's bring up our steer points, and let's go to steer point 5. And let's modify it. Alright, north, 3344 512. Enter, dauber down, we go east 0, and then 6448 564. Enter, elevation is going to be feet 8,752. Boom! Now we know right kind of where that SA6 is. It should be right there. And let's dauber back and forth just to verify. Yep, that's where he is. Let's go. We just have to we have to watch out for jam sheet. We'll get up higher. Well, we got to get high anyway because it's a Panseer, so I've got to get up to Angels 30 either way. Which, as soon as we get nose on the AO, we'll get up to 30,000 feet. Alright, hitting the blower. Hey, thanks for the follow over there on you, or the sub on YouTube. I appreciate that. Alright, that's roughly where the Panseer is where that dot is that I just created. Still got a quarter tank on the bag. Dragon, I'm not going to tell you what you should buy. Whatever you want to buy. We're either going to jump over to the World War II server just to fart around a little bit, or we're going to jump over to like a return to pre-contact and just fart around a little bit, because it's Saturday. I'm not going to start a brand new war, because, you know, tomorrow's Sunday. I won't be here. Alright, we're cruising. We're on the perch. Still got fuel in the bag. Hey, Breedle, how's it going? And Raiders. Gotta love pulling that AOA just to stay up here. Friggin' Afghan and their crazy MSL. Well, that Panseer's not turning on yet. The war's over, though. I don't know if it might be off for good. It might not turn back on. I don't know. We'll just have to keep flying up here and find out. Alright, how far away? Oop. Is that him? Nope. That is friendly. That's Neb behind me. What else is out here? Flak gun. Double barrel flak gun. Uriels. There's some technicals. I bet you he might be over here by these Uriels. That would make sense. It's not over yet. It doesn't have the rollover button, so the war's still going. I think we just have to kill Jamshed, maybe. The hidden Igla guy out here. Or maybe we just gotta kill the the rest of the Sams here, the Panseer. After the Panseer's out of the way, I'll just grab an A10 and we'll sanitize the whole area. But I can't bring an A10 out here with a Panseer. Alright, I'm gonna hit the blower and get a little speed. Because their stuff's turning the opposite direction. The European stuff's that way too. French helicopters and all that, they're spinning the other way, so it's opposite anti-torque than what you're used to in an American helicopter. I don't think this thing's gonna turn on. There's a clamshell radar. Wait a minute. Why is there a clamshell out here and it's not being seen by the scout? That's odd. Does that mean there's an SA-11 over there? Alright, coming off blower. We're gonna dump the bag really quick. Oh, okay, I got the Panseer, but it's not showing up. There we go, we got it. Hitting the blower. Magnum 1. Magnum 2. Shit. I got ninja'd. Oh, that baby's moving. It didn't get it. It didn't get it. It damaged it. Yeah, it didn't show up on the ELAMP pod till it had locked. It had already been firing at me. I think it's a bug, to be honest. Again, the ELAMP pod should see it faster than anything else. But over here somewhere, there's some SAM system that the scout's not detecting, which is weird. I was picking up a clamshell. It must be that one right here. See if Neb sees it. If that's what he's going for. Yeah, he's got harms. I'll go back for the Panseer. Alright, let's grab it before we're in the air this time. Would I use 0.5? We'll just use that again. Alright, 3344, 526, East 0, 6448, 336. And elevation was 8,700, and this time it's 41. Whoops. 8,741. Okay. Let's do the thing. Now I'm worried that the Panzer won't turn on at all because I damaged it. Which means, hey, thanks for the jewels. Kobe, I appreciate that. We'll stay a little bit lower this time, now that the Panzer's damaged. I can't believe that thing didn't hit it directly. He must have shut off his radar before the harm got to him. I should have brought... Maybe let's do that. Well, shit. Now let's just do it with the harms really quick. What I should have done is brought 2 harms and 6 Mavericks. But this will be fine. We just have to kill the Panzer so that we can then attack whatever else is out here. I wonder if Neeb got his shots off on that SA, whatever the hell it is. Nope. I'm not going to shoot that clamshell. I want the clamshell to stay up. Clamshell is just a search radar, so it doesn't matter. If I blow it up, then we won't know where it is anymore. We want the track radar, which would be, depending on what it is, it's probably a big bird. That's the radar we want. So I guess there's like I think it's going to be a grumble. I believe the clamshell is specifically the search radar for a grumble system, so that's an SA-10. I'll bring my knee boards up in a second once we're up in the air. I love how there's an angle on the runway, so when you're taking off, it pitches your left wing down. Alright, we're gonna come off of blower for a minute so we can chill out. Get all fenced in. Oh, it looks like Neeb is flying right over just south of the Panzer. If it's not messing with him, it's probably dormant now. Which means I can't shoot it, which is gonna suck. Try to fly straight at it, straight down, and try to ACM a harm off the rail at it. Alright, let's get up to about 25,000 feet this time. Alright, bunting. There's 25,000. We're doing 300 knots. We'll slow down here in just a second. Alright, off blower. Alright, that should be Neeb right there. Is he really flying that low? Yes, he is. And there's the Panseer. Oh, I see. It's an SA-6. That's the actual track radar for the SA-6. I'm gonna let Neeb handle that, but if he doesn't handle it, then we'll see if we can lock it up. I'm going for the Panseer though. But we know there's an SA-6 down there. That's not what the clamshell was for though, so there's still something else out there. That 6 right there is the straight flush radar, which would be the track radar for the SA-6. I think it's a straight flush. Where's my trusty knee board? Let's see. Oh no, flaplet, clamshell. What's the clamshell for then? No, the clamshell is for the SA-10. I was correct. Yeah, it's one of the search radars for the SA-10 Grumble. Yeah, the 6 is the straight flush. Panseer is still not showing. We still got fuel in the bag. We're gonna leave the bag on. God, we're so close. I don't think it's going to turn on. I think it's too damaged. I should have brought Mavericks or bombs. One laser guided bomb or something. Although that 6 is still on. I wonder if I should go shoot that thing. I mean, Neeb's got harms on. Oh, no, he doesn't. He shot him. Oh no, the SA-6 is gone, so he killed it. There's the clamshell, so there is an SA-10 out there somewhere. Alright, the Panseer's not turning on. I'm gonna divert to wherever this clamshell is and see if we can find out where the Big Bird radar is and see if we can kill the Big Bird. We can come back and kill that Panseer with whatever we want if it's damaged so much it can't shoot no more. We're triangulating off the clamshell.
Cap flare. Cap flare. Cap flare. Cap flare.
There's the Big Bird. That's the other search radar. So now we're looking for the flap lid, which is the track radar, which will show up as a number 10. We'll keep triangulating off the Big Bird, because all those radars are pretty close together. So if you get a good, well, there we go. We got a PGM of 2 on the Big Bird. So now we'll have a PGM of 2 on the clamshell as well. As soon as the 10 turns on, we'll have a solid PGM on it too. Go kill ourselves a Grumble. Actually, we can coax it too. Give me a sec. Mach 1, Magnum 1. Mach 1, Magnum 2. Alright, off blower. Now let's just wait for that 10 to appear and then shoot it in the face. And then we'll RTB and we'll grab an A10 and come back out here and start killing everything. Why is that? That's got me worried that the track radar's not turning on. I wonder if it's already dead. Neb might have already killed it, maybe. Oh, we got a fullback. That SA-10 might already be dead. These are just the search radars left behind or something. Because that Grumble should have turned its track radar on by now. I'm very close. I'm well within its range, so I think it's dead already. Where are we going to divert to? I guess let's just go to Kandahar. 156. And let's head up to the heavens a bit. Hitting the blower. Kandahar is number 1. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of fullbacks out there. Alright. We're off blower. There's Kandahar right in front of me. Well, I just blew up the last 2 search radars. The track radar never turned on, so I'm assuming it's not there anymore. So I'm assuming someone killed the Grumble track radar. It doesn't exist. I hit the Panseer and it's almost dead, and it didn't turn back on, so I think it's dormant. I'll just have to come back out here with an A10 and finish off the Panseer. What are these guys doing? I'm RTB to Kandahar, and then I'll grab an A10 and come back into the zone and just start picking off whatever's left until it gives us the war is over signal. Yeah, it hasn't given the signal yet, so we'll keep going. Whatever you've got that you can go find targets with, whatever you're best with. There is a double barrel flak gun. There's 2 double barrel flak guns that need to be killed. There's a couple Uriels. That Panseer needs to be killed immediately. And then there's 2 technicals. And somewhere out there is Jamshed, which is just a dude with an Igla. It's just a shoulder mount Igla guy out there. I've got a 100-mile hike. Oh, we need to get rid of the bag. We're dragging. Goodbye. Merry Christmas. Alright, we're sleek. And we're on internal. We got tons of fuel. We're cruising at almost Mach 1. We're only pulling 6,800 pounds an hour. We're good. We'll make Kandahar easily. Let's... I guess we'll come in on 2-3. Magnetic is gonna be 232. 232. What's up, Boomer and folks? Alright, 232. There's our runway. Well, close to our runway. Is that the fullbacks? Are they coming that close? Oh boy, they're coming close, aren't they? Nope, one of them's dead. What are they doing? Yep, have a good one, Boomer. What are they doing? That's my Sentinel. That's not them. Let's get a data track on that leader. Keep an eye on him. I don't think they're going to get all the way to me, but just in case, we'll keep an eye on him. Oh, Matt, no, this is an F-16C Block 50, the Rolls-Royce of Vipers. The F-18 Hornet would have a whole canopy up here and a much bigger, more pronounced dash. Big chunky girl. Yeah, go for the Pantsir first, just in case it decides to get repaired somehow or something. I flew directly over the top and it didn't turn back on though, so you should be clear to do it. It's gonna take me a little while to get back into the AO. I'm gonna come in from Shindand. So, well, that's another 100 miles. I don't want to take off from Shog Sharon with an A-10 because that runway's so horrible I might not get in the air. Unless I take out like a extreme minimal loadout. I want to bring some stuff. No, it won't have a HAD signature. You're gonna have to kill it with like a Maverick or a bomb or something like that. Use your targeting pod. It's only gonna have a HAD signature if it's got an actual active. The HAD only reads radiation, so it would have to actually have an active radar that's turned on and scanning for it to show up on the ELANT. Oh, okay, they're attacking Tharmcot. That's what they're doing. Normally I'd say we should go kill them, but I want to get the map over. So we're going to land so we can fit, because once we finish this stuff off, that'll be the end of the war. We already own everything else. I don't even know where these fullbacks are coming from. A hidden airfield off the map. Oh, they didn't even make it. Their shots didn't even get there. Bummer. Yes. We are on the North Pole servers. We are not allowed to shoot down the enemy AWACS. We can blow up their early warning radars and all that stuff, but we cannot shoot down the AWACS. I jumped in a Tomcat a while back and hunted down the AWACS, and I hit it with like 4 Phoenixes, 2 Sparrows, and 1 Heater, and it was just like whatever. It's merely a scratch. Give me some Bondo and some baling wire. Do I play Mud Runner? No, I don't even know what the hell that is. Oh, wait. I think I know what that is. Is that the one where you drive the trucks through the mud? Like to deliver stuff? I know what it is, but no, I've never played it. I'm more of a pilot and less of a gamer. Although I'm becoming more of a gamer now, seeing how I'm all disabled and shit, and I can't really do anything. So I'm slowly becoming a more gamer person. Back when I did play some games when I was younger, it was like I would play an RPG every now and then or something. I was always so busy doing, you know, real life shit. I just never had time to game that much. But I used to love, like, growing up I played like Final Fantasies and Dragon Quest and that kind of stuff. I still like Final Fantasy and all those. I like RPG games. I kind of like the builder type games. Like, I guess people call it chore games or work games, but I think that's just because I can't do that kind of shit in real life anymore, so I kind of enjoy doing it in a game. So I kind of like those. A buddy of mine bought me a game not that long ago, and I've been playing that off and on. That's really, really fun, called Warhammer 40K Dark Tide. I really enjoy that one. It's just fun. And it seems like they kind of captured that Warhammer feel really well. Oh, they're bugging out. Actually, they're probably getting blown up. Oh, they are. They're dead. I'll say they're going to fly too close. So let's kill the data track. What's up, Static? Oh, thanks for the sub, Matt. I appreciate it. Right now the YouTube channel is mainly just DCS content, but I'm slowly building tutorial videos for aviation at the same time. It's just taking me some time. I'm slowly building up the library. Yeah, I did the same thing, Nick. I was like, I'm gonna get that sucker. I'm gonna blind him. It's gonna be great. Kind of took the wind right out of my sails when I blew like $1 million worth of munitions into its ass and it just kept flying. Although I think when I hit it in the ass 3 times with Phoenixes, it actually sped up a little bit. So we did do something. I'm doing alright. I'm surviving. I'm doing as well as a disabled guy can do. I'm not dead. I consider that a bonus. To be honest, on these servers anyway, Nick, these hardcore North Pole servers, the difficulty's cranked up so much that causes the enemy to do unrealistic things already. So I think even if we did kill their AWACS, I don't think it would affect them because most of them have the Eye of Sauron Palantir radar. Alright, we've got our HSI set for runway 23. Unless the waypoint's way off, which I'm sure it is. I'm sure the waypoint's like a mile off the side of the runway. So actually, we'll just go straight into the airfield and then we'll break over. We're already horizontal. We are conserving a lot of fuel though. We can probably blow some fuel now. No, you did the right thing. I thought that's one of the first things I look for is how to stop the enemy supplies or how to blind them or both at the same time. So I'm always killing radars, AWACS, but on North Pole the AWACS is untouchable. So
Cat flare.
Mach 1.3. We are hauling all of the ass. And there's Kandahar up there somewhere. 25 miles. Yeah, see, we went 100 miles and barely used any fuel just because we got up to altitude first. If you get good with conserving fuel, you can go really far with the Viper. I can go farther with a Viper than I can a Hornet. But the Hornet is blowing fuel just to keep its fat ass in the air, period. Whereas the Viper, you can basically idle across the space once you're moving. Kind of like a Tomcat. Running quarter throttles and you're pushing, 500 knots. That's supposed to be where Kandahar is. Oh my god, that is not where Kandahar is. Yeah, the full fidelity Eagle is going to be tight. I'm there for it. Okay, so that waypoint is wrong. Where is it? Right there. There's Kandahar International right there. Stupid waypoint. Sometimes those, well, those pre-briefing, well, yeah, the waypoint's way back there. It's the pre-briefing. For some reason, on certain aircraft, the pre-briefing on waypoints is always screwed up. Like the Chinook, the Viper can be really bad. There's a bunch of them that just have issues with doing a dynamic spawn with pre-briefed waypoints. It just messes up. That's why half the time I'll just make my own waypoints really quick for whatever small mission I'm doing. That's definitely Kandahar. Neeb is already back. Or no, that's Shrin. Alright, we're idle. Board's coming out.
Cat flare.
Alright, boards are all the way out. Alright, popping the gear. We're pretty high, so we're gonna go ahead and get on speed, but we're gonna stay out of time until we drop down a bit. Alright, on speed, out of time.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yep, I know, Betty. Alright, which one of those is the room? Right in the middle, okay. Right in the middle. Alright, we are now on time. Let's bring our flight vector back up. Alright, on speed, on time, on final. Piece of cake. A little floaty. On time is just when you are, when your glide slope and your flight vector is putting you on the front of the runway. So if you're out of time, it would be you're on speed, but your flight vector is way too high or way too low to where you should be at the end of your glide slope. So if you're on speed, but your flight vector is, like I said, way below or way above. So you would be out of time. And then you're on time when your flight vector is at the front of the runway. So when you're lining up for your landing and you're getting set up on speed, usually you're not exactly at the perfect altitude, so you would go out of time on purpose to bring your flight vector below the runway to drop your glide slope down and then flatten it back out so you can intercept. Especially when you don't have like a localizer or anything like that that you're landing off of, you're just going visual. Most of the time you're going to come in a little bit higher and then work your glide slope down because you don't want to be too low. Was I doing a wheelie? Yeah, I was doing a wheelie. That's for aero braking. With the Viper, unless you mess something up with the Viper, you're always going to be doing a wheelie when you land because you need to aero brake, because Vipers don't have what we would call good brakes. So if you just try to land and hammer the brakes, you'll burn them out. So you got to aero brake. So once you get the back wheels on the ground, you keep the nose up to slow down quicker. So there's a purpose to it. It's not for style points. It's greatly needed. If you've got a ton of runway, you'll be okay by just going aft stick full and using your big ass stabilizers to slow down. But if it's a normal runway, you don't want to run out of runway, so you aero brake to slow down quicker. But you'll also see when the nose comes down on an aircraft after they land, if you can see it, next time you're at an air show or you watch, once they land, you'll see those stabs in the back go like that. And they're doing that to also slow down without using the brakes. Alright. Oh wow. Looks like they got... Oh, the Panzer is still there. And there's still some units out here. Shrin, did you find Jamshid? See, we're gonna come out of Shindad. Alright, let's take an A-10. Let's take a Lightning Pod. The boards were in the back. That was the two little metal flanges that were just sticking up. That's the air brake, yeah. And then the two big flaps that I showed you that moved up like that, that's the elevators for pitching up and down. But once you're on the ground, you also use them as an air brake. Whoops. What the heck? Oh, shoot. I'm not thinking. I was like, why am I putting M's on here? But alright, I'm just gonna bring a couple of... I guess we'll just bring 6 Mavericks, really. That's all we really need. I don't know what all is out there. Do we need to bring anything else, really? I don't really think so. Maybe a couple of 12s just in case? Yeah, we'll just put a couple 12s on there just in case, but I don't want to get weighed down. The MSL's too high. This A-10 will be friggin' choking trying to get off the ground. Explain when setting up the A-10. What do you mean explain? What do you want Oh, like what I'm turning on and why I'm doing it type thing? I mean, just for quickie, you've got your radios and all your communication stuff over here on the left. You've got your automatic flight controls, your LASTE, your AP over here. This is your IFF control panel, your interrogate friend or foe box. This is all your fuel management stuff here. These are all your systems. So you got your laser, we'll arm that. Targeting pod, we'll arm that. These are your MFDs. There's your flaps, your landing gear, taxi lights, master arm, gun arm. This is your ECM panel, and this is your ECM box. Fuel gauge, these are all your engine gauges. Electronics, so this is your battery, your generators, inverters. This is your CDU, this is your navigation INS computer system here. This is all your lighting, so these are all the consoles. The backlighting, these are all the external lights here, so the collision beacon, position lights, we'll shut those off, we don't need them. This thing right here is your JHEMIX, so this is your helmet mount sighting system right here. which we have that turned on. This is your Tacan beacon for tuning into airfield's Tacan to navigate to them. And that's like a quick rundown. RWR right here, up front control. These are all your warning lamps. Alright, we're going to put our TAD over here, our tactical display, and we'll soy it, and we'll turn on our data link broadcast. That way all my targeting information will be broadcast across the data link. And we'll set up our net ID. So if somebody logs in and they're on the data link, they will automatically be put into my data link group. All right, let's get in the air. Must have taken a while to learn. I just read a book like a week ago, and I'm just making shit up. That's the way I roll. Oh, Neb is still having trouble with that Panseer. That's the Panseer. Shoot it. Shoot it in the face. I wonder if we should set up a couple of waypoints on these targets, or if we should just get up in the air and get there. They'll probably kill everything before I even get there, so let's just go. Alright, half flaps. Oh, where am I? Where's the friggin' runway? Okay, we hang a right and go to the runway. We have to cross the runway and come around. There is a lot to remember when you're talking about aviation, but I retain a lot of information mainly because I've been flying my entire life before I got, you know, all messed up and stuck in a chair. So I'm cheating. I've got prior knowledge. But anybody can learn this stuff. Matter of fact, I totally encourage it, and I help people all the time. Everyone should learn how to fly. And then you too can deliver packages. What's up, Savior? How are you doing? Yeah, all the systems are a bit different in all the different American planes, but they all kind of speak the same language. So there's different procedures. Sometimes there'll be a little bit different way to do certain things, but a lot of it is very similar, which I think is actually the hard part because a lot of the systems are extremely similar, but not the exact same. That can sometimes mess people up if they're trying to learn too much at once on different planes. Especially when it comes to like INS computer navigation computer systems. So depending on the year that the system came out, whether it's a CDU, a CNI, there's so many different ones. When it comes to like GPS, a lot of these computers, you have to put in the GPS coordinates differently, even though it's the same GPS. So that can mess people up quite a bit. I've noticed a lot of people get hung up on that. Like if you're using the nav system in the Chinook, you're using decimal minutes, but you're putting the decimal in with the 0 for east. And then if you're doing it in a Hornet, you can use decimal minutes, but there's no 0 or decimal. And then if you're using like a Apache helicopter, you use decimal minutes, but you have to do a little math because you can't input the entire number into the system. Even though you're using the exact same GPS coordinate, you have to input it differently. And then, of course, just learning the science of avionics and stuff can be a lot at first if you want to get that deep into it, but you don't have to get into that stuff to learn how to fly. I recommend getting that deep into it because then you know why you're doing stuff and how things work, which makes you a better pilot for sure. But it's not necessary just to learn how to fly and have fun. And if you do want to fly, DCS is the place for you for sure. There's plenty of cool people that know a lot of, have a lot of information that are willing to share it. Most of the time, there's dickheads here and there, but for online stuff, there's way less dickheads in DCS than anything else. All right, we're taking off. Alright, we're looking for rotating at about 150 knots. We could pull up a little quicker, but we want to get 150. Alright, rotating. Keep those flaps at half until we get about 200 knots. 190, 200. Oh, that's right, the Afghan map's not done in the system yet. What did you say? Warhawk pilots are the best and most knowledgeable badass cowboys of all time and damn good looking? I agree. I'm glad you think that. Alright, how are they doing? Oh, shoot. Alright, let's just get nose on the AO and get about a 4-degree climb going, and then we'll lock it in. I think we're straight west of the AO, so we'll just head straight east. So 090, right about there. And let's do 4 degrees. And lock it in. Alright, we're cruising. Now we can get our head down and start doing stuff. That Panseer is still there, so I'm going to go ahead and create a waypoint on that Panseer. If it's still there when I get there, I'm going to blow it up. Alright, so we'll go over here to our CDU. Alright, so we'll hit this little button right here, and this will cycle to the nearest non-used waypoint, MSN 028. We will name it Panseer, and then we're going to put in these coordinates 3344 688, and that's north, and then east we put in a 0 6447 965. Boom! Alright, that's Panseer. Dead meat. Let's go kill it. $28. Panseer. Okay, that white cake right there is where our Panseer is. Let's go ahead and heat up the Mavericks. Alright, Neeb. I'm 120 miles away from that Panseer. When I get there, it's going to get blown up if it's still there. Oh, Nick is over it too. Nick's got a laser-guided bomb. He'll finish it off before we get there. So what's after that? There's one Uriel in the woods. And then there's Jamshed out here somewhere. Nah, go ahead and kill it. I don't care who kills the stuff as long as it's all dead so we can move on. Does anyone got an idea where Jamshed is? It's going to be a dude with an igla standing on one of those ridgelines somewhere in that red. For there, switching over to my E program for my chaff and flares, and then I set my countermeasure system to manual, so I will dispense the chaff and flare as I see fit. So I've got a button that'll dispense just chaff or just flare, or I can hit an OSHA button that'll dispense both of them on the E program, which is a burst of 10 flares and 10 chaff. Yeah, he does find you. That's why I'm hoping someone's got an eye on him already, but I'll find him using the targeting pod. It's just kind of a painstaking, slow-ass process. Because I gotta scan a whole area just using the targeting pod before getting into the area, or else he'll smoke your ass. If I had an Apache, I could probably find him.
Patrick, we have waypoints here.
That Panseer is still alive. What are these guys doing? What are you guys doing? Courting it? Are you trying to date the Panseer? Oh, here we go. Bombs in the air. Oh, that's a fatty. He's dropping 1,000-pounder on it. Good catch. Good throw. So now it's just that Uriel. Yeah, if one of you guys can take care of that Uriel, I'll start just hunting for Jamshed. We're not going to be there for a while. Actually, let's level off and start gaining some speed. So, we're not going to use that waypoint anymore. Well, I guess we could. We're still too far away, but... Oh, this is super exciting. Worst case scenario, someone can just ask for smoke in Jamshed SAM site, and it should smoke where the guy is, or where he's hiding, roughly. That's like cheating, though, right? It's actually not cheating, because if you unlock the ability to do it, then you can do it. Smoke him if you got him. That's the E program.
Roger, Pinnacle, Ural.
Oh, there goes the Uriel. Is that a 1,000-pounder? Oh no, that's a bigger one. That's a GBU 16. Is that a 2,000-pounder? Looks like a 2,000-pounder. That Uriel's gonna be way friggin' dead. They're not allowed to manufacture Uriels anymore after this bomb hits it. Oh, it's still alive. That must have been a different one. I think you blew up a truck that was already dead. There's also...
Yeah, there's possibly a second one there. Coming back round.
Use a nuke. Do you want to see how cool the A-10 is? We can turn on our Jehemics, and let's say we think there's something over there. Pull a box, mark it, and there you go. Targeting pod's looking right there. That's right. Purge the evil with fire.
Roger, Pinnacle.
Oh, you guys are cross shooting. Be careful. Alright, so now we just gotta find wherever Jam Sheet is. Or there might be some Sams somewhere. Where's that scout? I'm gonna move the scout. That Viper was coming in low from north to south, attacking the same truck that he was attacking, dropping a bomb on from south to north. So they're in danger of conflicting with each other. Like that Viper pulling up and away, there's a bomb coming right down at him. Yeah, crossfire. I'm gonna reposition those two scouts and see if they see anything else, because there was that big SA-10 system somewhere in the south or southwest area. There might be remnants of it still somewhere. Like normally in the military Kiwi, when there's multiple people attacking in one AO, they're coordinating the entire time on the radio so that you're deconflicting all of your shooting routes every time. When it's your turn to go in and shoot, you would, you know, blah 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 coming in, you know, south in, northwest out, so on, so everyone knows where you're shooting from and which place you're disengaging to, and to make sure there's no conflictions, because you don't want anyone to drop a bomb or shoot anything across any friendly's path. So there's a lot of communication going on. Do a barrel roll? No. No, thank you. Yeah, this is DCS, so people just drop bombs on each other. Just like that other day when I was diving in on that convoy, and what's his name was in an A-10 as well, and he's flying right across my nose, and I didn't know he was coming in, so I lit up the convoy with my gun, and he flew right across me. So I cut his wing right off. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I cut that. I edited that into a short of me cutting his wing right off. By the time I saw him flying in, I let go of the trigger, but those bullets are already in flight.
Bombs away.
Oh, somebody found something. Oh, that's the SA-10 site. He's dropping a JDAM on that SA-10 site. I knew it was over there somewhere. It didn't have radars anymore. We already blew up all the radars. There's just going to be launchers and trucks over here. Jam Sheet is still out here somewhere too. I think I know kind of where he is maybe, but I imagine Santa moved him. But he was over here on a ridge line. Oh, JF-17, it was gonna die anyway. You just helped it. You gave it a more dignified death than it was gonna give itself. Oh, that JDAM's... that target's already gone. Yeah, it looks like there's 3 launchers, 4 launchers left, and some trucks. Alright, we're heading that way.
Chuck.
It's right up here. We're still a ways out.
Warning, autopilot.
There's a friendly. boy, look at that. We've used 300 pounds of fuel. Friggin' A-10. Stay up in the sky for days. I think it's the valley right up here where that SA-10 was, right? What's up, voice? How's it going?
There's still a couple of tubes left in the SA-10 site.
We're almost there. Oh, there's a shore down there. I see Estrella on the map now. So we're gonna mark that Strela, and we're going to Alright, now we got a mark on the Strela. On the backside of that mountain. I got eyes on the Strela. When I get there, I'll be able to aggress it. What else do we got? Unless you've already got it. If you've got it, drop your bomb.
Winchester.
Fox 5 time. It's been good knowing you. I'm joking, don't ram it. Where is... I'm gonna shoot another set of smoke markers. Okay, there's the smoke. So let's... So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a marker. Okay, now we got a mark there. Alright, we'll pull our speed back up on our helmet and reinitialize on the Strela. So that way what we can do is after we kill that Strela, I can slew the targeting pod right to that mark point over there so we can get our sensors back onto it quickly. If you've got time, make life easier on yourself. That'll make you a smoother pilot. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. We gotta come around the horn before we get a good shot on that Strela. The mountain's guarding it. Mavericks are hot though, we're good to go. I'm just repositioning, then I'll address that Strela, and then I'll strafe whatever's left down there at that SA-10 site. Hey, what do we know? What do we got there? Tally Strela.
Tally random white smoke in the hills?
That might be jam sheet. Don't fly too close to it. Alright, slaving. Come on, give me a good snap. Rifle Strela. What's up, Skogs? How are you doing? Rifle Strela. Say goodbye to that Strela. And you can see the smoke coming off of it right there. And that is how we do that. Shack Strela. Alright, rolling in on the SA-10 site. So I switched my nav system over to mark points, so that mark point I made earlier now is our waypoint. It looks like there's an ammo truck down there and maybe a launcher that's still alive. Alright, guns, guns, guns. We're not going to use the gun pack. We're going to free shoot it.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up.
I think that was most of it. Oh, that's it. That's the end of the war. Good job, everybody.
That's it.
That's how you should win every war, with a nice burst of Burt. Alright, we're leaving the server so I don't get stuck in limbo. Sometimes when a server kicks me, the DCS gets stuck for a while. Alright, well hey, Afghan war done. I don't think that took as long as Sinai. Sinai's probably still the longest war. Sinai was crazy long. Especially though, because like me and Vic double teamed most of that war that one time. It was basically just me and him. All right, give me a second. I got to use the restroom. Let me go ahead and draw some blood and get my medicine ready, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do for the rest of the night. We're not gonna start a fresh war, but we'll probably jump into a different server and just mess around. All right, I'll be right back.
You are my sunshine on a cloudy day. You give me love and laughter when skies are gray. You are my sunshine on a cloudy day. You give me love and laughter when skies are gray. You are my sunshine, shine, 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 shine on a cloudy day. You sunshine, shine, 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 shine. On a cloudy day, cloudy day, cloudy day, cloudy day. I wanna feel your arms in a warm embrace. I wanna see the love written on your face. And as time goes by, you'll be my sunshine on a cloudy day today.
All right. All right, let's just go somewhere and I don't know. I guess we can go to well, you know what? Let's check out that World War II server. Because I do believe that's what we're going to do next week is mess around on the World War II war server. Hopefully we can get a fresh start on it. Let's see where it's at. All right, North Pole, World War II. Yep, that's the one. Once I get proficient with the Dora and the 109, I'm gonna have to start doing the Mosquito, which is gonna be a huge learning curve. How many planes have I gotten? I don't know, a lot. Most of them. I'm missing a few Warbirds that just came out, and a couple of the old ones, and jets. I have almost all the jets except for just a few. I still need to get the Viggen. I still need to get the fish bed. I still need to get the F1 Mirage. Let's see. I'm never gonna get the JF-17, so that's off the list. I might get the Fulcrum, the A model Fulcrum one of these days, maybe, but it's not that important to me. So I might get it, I might not. I'd have to actually count how many I have, though. Which I can't do right now. Alright, so this is not fresh. Oh yeah, this is way not fresh. So here's the front line. La Javier, Ruin. Oh, what the hell? Those early warning radars are here. Did I kill those the other day? Okay, let's go kill those radars for starters, and then let's hit this boat. Let's kill the radars and kill the boat. We'll take off from Abbeville. What are we thinking? Dora? Well, let's just use the Mustang for this one. Alright, Abbeville. P51D30NA. We want my Kinger Stinger. Where is it? Where's my Stinger? There we go. Spawn hot. Oh, hold on, let me split the throttles. Okay, throttles are split. We don't need any rockets or bombs or anything. We'll just use the 50 cal. Okay, strafing, yeah, API, M20 API, that'll work. Alright, 1 unit of flaps. We need right rudder trim. Nose down trim, just a tad. We don't need this or this.
When you came around, you came around, you came around, I let you know. And when you were down, when you were down, when you
All right, where am I? So I can just take off from here, right? I could probably just go from here, it looks like. Right across there? Yeah, we can take off right here, I think. Alright, bringing the tail up.
Hooray! I'm useful!
Alright, we're airborne. Gear coming up. Hey, what's up, Trife? Alright. Alright, we're cruising. Alright, yeah, gun armed. We're good. Alright. Where is the coast? Hey, thanks for the follow, Supreme. Supreme? That must be a different Supreme. I always forget the compass is backwards. So we should 270 or 290 should get us close to. Well, there it is right there. Okay, I see it. So we'll use that inlet right there and then head west down the coastline. And we should see the two enemy World War II radars. We'll hit those. And then we'll head out into the bay and find that enemy tug and sink it, or at least jack it up. We've only got so much 50 cal, so we might not be able to get a whole lot done. We'll try. Alright, rudder is trimmed, okay. I believe those two radars were in the tree line or near the tree line right up here in the field. Yeah, see that? I think that's one of them right there. Right there. So let's dive on that and we'll see if that's what it is. If it is, we'll shoot it. Pretty sure that's one of them. The other one should be near it. Yep, that's both of them. Here we go. Might take 2 strafes to get them. All right, 1 down. Come back around for the other one. Shit. God, they got that howl so perfect. If you've never heard that before, that's exactly what it sounds like when the P-51 is turning tight because of it's the wind across all the 50 cal barrels. Oh, perfect. That'll do it. Okay, let's go find this boat. Let's go and bring the RPMs up a little bit. And increase the manifold pressure a little bit. All right. How's the engine? Yeah, let's cool it off a little bit. Get that right down in the middle of the green a little bit more. There we go, perfect. All right, where's this boat at? Oh, it's a little ways out there. Is this an airfield right here? It is sort of. I think it's a grass airfield. We can RTB there though, I think, or we can fly up to one of the other places closer to the front line. I'm not very good. This is the first time I've ever really messed around with this server, so I'm not really good with it. I feel very out of place still, so we'll just try to do a few things here. See if we can help the war at all. Which, hey, killing their radars helps. Need to get more flights in on the World War II server so I'm comfortable. The graphics are amazing. It's gonna be hard to find this boat. Trying to find things on the open water is always hard, unless it's huge. Even then, if the water's rough, you can't see anything out there. We should be able to start seeing it. Well, there's Saint. That's Saint right there. There's the pier. I think that boat is straight out from the Saint, right? Where's the pier? So there's the piers and the inlet. So yeah, it's kind of at an angle out from there. Whoa. Damn. Gotta pay attention. I'm gonna burn my engine out. We're good. What are we doing? 300 miles an hour. There it is. It's either, has it been damaged? Nope, it hasn't been damaged. It's just smoking that much. Oh, well, of course. It's a World War II. It's probably running off friggin' coal. Oh hell, where'd it go? There it is, okay. Yeah, that's the smokestack. Well, let's go light him up. Can't leave enemy units inside of our territory. Time to negotiate. With a 50 cal, about 6 of them. Oh, if only the German planes had trim. All right, Mr. Boat. That didn't seem like it took damage. It did not. All right, it's not destructible. It's not destructible. All right, we need to find somewhere to land. Let me get trimmed here. It's close enough, I think. Well, here we go. Oh, never mind. There's no airfield here. This is just a giant city. Yeah, there's nowhere to land here. Here we go. Let's come up here to Facamp. Oh, that's where Vic says Facamp. Okay, well, we're heading to Facamp. And then we'll land, switch our tanks. Oh shit, I can't. My head tracking's not gonna let me look at it, is it? I can't see it. Fuel gauge is back there. Right back here through that hole, if you look down, there's a fuel gauge, but my head tracking's not gonna let me do it. I haven't been in the air long enough, we're fine. We'll just switch it over to that right tank. We've been on the left tank the whole time. We'll switch to the right, we'll be good. I didn't start a timer, so I think you run on the left one for 10 minutes, then the right one for 10 minutes, and then you go back to the left one for... I'd have to look it up. I don't remember. Be nice if I could see the gauge. No, not gonna happen. Oh boy, there's a bunch of bombers up here. Yeah, those harbor tugs are invincible. I don't know what they're there for. I'll have to ask Santa and see what that's about. We gotta come out here. So landing straight in on a runway is not the best thing to do in these old warbirds because you can't see. If you haven't noticed, you can't see out in front of you or below you. So you do overhead brakes so that you're turning into final on the runway right before you get to the runway. That's why you do the overhead brake. You can swoop to do a straight in shot, but I'd rather just do the brake, and it's a lot smoother and easier. Swooping would be just killing the engine and then kind of diving down to the runway a little bit and then flaring at the end. But anytime you're going to maneuver that much when you're slowing down to land is not the best idea. It's easier to do a nice controlled gradual downward turn to the runway than to dive down to the runway. I see the cliffs. How far are we from Fakam? We're still a ways out. Vic, you need to buy the donkey. It's the most maneuverable plane in DCS. And it's better armed than the Huey. I need to get the next warbirds I get. I need to get the LA-3, and I need to get the Corsair, and I need to get the Spitfire. Oh, you definitely need to learn it. It's so good, dude. I've only been working on it for the last few days, but it's awesome. The only thing that sucks about it is the normal German no trim differential braking, and no trim is a little bit of a bitch. Differential braking is not a bitch, it's just a bitch in DCS because DCS doesn't have ground friction, so it's a problem. If we had ground friction, then differential braking would be fine. But the no trim thing probably doesn't matter to most people. It just matters to me because of my bad broken body. Holding all that weight on the stick the whole time flying is very tiresome for me. Which is why I'm flying the P-51 right now. I can trim it. Yep, I'm a bit rusty too. That's why I've been working on it. It's a whole different beast. You imagine how easy it'll be though if they ever do ground friction though? It's going to be so much easier. You'll be like, oh my god, this is great. Because I'm telling you, taking off and landing aircraft in real life is not near as hard as it is in DCS right now with warbirds, because in DCS you're landing with zero weight on ice every time. In real life, it's not that bad. A gentle wind does not push the whole plane to the side to where you're standing on the brakes and the rudder. That's not a real thing. It's the biggest bitch I have with DCS is the ground friction, and of course for helicopters, the ground cushion in VRS is a bit off. It's very close, but it's a bit off. I'm coming up on for camp now. Are you... I'm gonna go ahead and start my overhead brake. I see the runway. I'm diving down. I'm coming in north-south and braking into the north runway. So we'll come right over the top of the runway here, and then we'll make a nice big looping turn, and by the time we get back around, we'll be landing with our gear out and our flaps down and all that good shit. Okay, I'm in the overhead. All right, we're braking. Bringing down the flaps. Landing gear. Temps are good. Set the throttle at 2700. Manifold pressure looking good. Make sure we're in config. All right, coming in on left turn final. That's how we do that. All right, let's get those flaps back up. I'll be out of the way in just a second, Vic. I'm waiting for the next turn off. I think it's right here. I don't know, I can't see anything. There we go. Yeah, we'll take this one. Alright, I'm clear. It's all you. Well, there we go. We just did a mission and didn't die. That's always good. Bonus. I'm way clear unless you friggin' go way off the runway. You're in a bus tank. You're not going to go that far off the runway even if you start losing it. You've got rudders. You don't have to use differential. You'll be fine. There you go, you got it. You got it. Piece of cake. Oh, and yes, because somebody always asks, those engines really do pop like that. That's quite normal. It's because of all the cylinders. When you go back to idle, there's a lot of excess fuel in each cylinder, and that's what's popping off. See, it's the excess fuel popping off in the exhaust. Very normal. Alright, parking brake on. Can I get refueled while I'm idling? I hope so. Oh, look at that. Look at how much fuel we used. Like none. But we used most of our ammo. You can't carry much ammo in these old planes, unfortunately. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put 4 HVARs on here.
Перезарядка по плану. Принял.
Alright, I guess we'll, there's another set of radars up there to kill by Trickville. And then there's Bernay. And then there's Khan. Everybody knows Khan. Well, that's not true. People don't study history anymore.
Командир, оружие подвешено.
Rearming complete. St. Croix has loaded. Dude, there's so much shit at St. Croix. Actually, there's a lot of shit everywhere. Look at all these flak guns. Man, it's thick. There's 2 BF-109K models southwest of Caen. There's no enemy air around Bernay if you wanted to strafe stuff, but I mean, there's like flak guns galore over there, so if you try to dive on there, you're gonna get killed. Probably should grab a bomber. Should have grabbed a jug. Jug, we could bring 3,000 pounds of bombs. 3 1,000 pounders. As long as you hit with them. Where'd Vic go? Okay, there's Vic. A bunch of bombers over the ocean. Alright, we get our rockets. We got our rockets, and we got our gun reloaded. I don't know. Let me see. There is a budget and a shop. Can't do anything yet, really. I mean, all I've done was kill a couple radars, so... I'd have to, you know, be on the server for a day or two running sorties to get up the experience to be able to call in support. Hey Doris, how are you doing? Or are you taking off? There's plenty of budget, but yeah, we can't do anything yet. Eventually, I think we can call in bombers, cap, and stuff like that to help, and then do zone upgrades for defenses, just like the normal servers. All right, break off. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get it back up in the air and find somewhere else and see if I can get some HVR rockets off. I'm just happy I took off, killed stuff, and then landed, to be honest. I've been getting better with my overhead brake landings. I just gotta remember all the different speeds depending on the aircraft I'm in, because they're all so different. If I'm just trying to wing it, I tend to dig my wing in a little bit too much. Once you start losing it at slow speed with these kind of planes, you're kind of boned. Alright, we're airborne. Alright, rockets are armed. See if I can get level here. Okay. Had to reset my ADI. It's kind of a floater. I forgot to set my takeoff trim perfectly. It's alright, we got it done, but could have been smoother. Looks like Vic's heading for Bernie. I believe that's where I'm gonna go and see if I can put my HVARs into those flak gun positions, because there's a bunch of flak guns there. Oh no, Vic's going for the radars. Alright, let's say 155. Whoops. Let's go ahead and cool the engine off. I always forget to do that when I take off. It's going to heat up the engine a bit when we first take off. Open up the cooler, drop down the temperature a little bit. Gotta take care of that engine, or when you need it, it's going to shit out on you. Alright, we're coming around to 155. One 70, 160, And 155. Verify? Yep, that's pretty close. Alright, let's start cruising. Redo the trim. Every time you make just a minor adjustment to any of the throttles, you have to retrim everything. Well, you don't have to, but you should. Hey, thanks for the follow. Did you get him, Vic? Oh yeah, Vic got both the radars. Vic, you got a Focke-Wulf Dora. Angels 10 to your almost direct west. He's about, I don't know, 6 miles, 7 miles maybe. I can't pull a tape at the moment. I'm not trimmed good enough yet. That's close. All right, let me pull a tape for you. All right, Vic. Bra 269, 9 miles, Angels 11. Hot. We're still gradually climbing. We're gonna head to Bernie and try to get our rockets off on those flak guns, and then we'll see what we're gonna do from there. I don't want to get into some kind of dogfight with these HVAR rockets on here. They drag more than you would expect. Oh, there's somebody. Is that Vic right there? Yeah, that's Vic right there. I see Vic. Actually, there you go, Vic. I'm gonna slowly come around and follow you. There's the Dora right there above, I think. Yeah, there's a dogfight going on up there. Can't tell which one's the Dora yet. Man, they're up there pretty high. I think that's the Dora there that's lower. Well, one of them's diving. Okay, that's the door right in front of me. I got eyes on the Dora. I am pursuing. He's got one of ours on his tail. Our guys get in the control zone, so I'm not going to bust in there or anything. I'm going to just keep heading towards him. I see 2 blues on his ass now. One of them's probably Vic. Oh, that Dora just got shot. Yeah, Dora's done. Parachute. Alright. There's another one coming in off the coast. I see him, I got him tally. I've got rockets on my wings, I can't dogfight very well, but it's a Dora, he can't turn anyway. Or can't turn much. I'm gonna take him down the right side, maybe? Nope, somebody's coming up to him. Somebody's shooting him. Oh, they got him. Alright, where are we? Just out here in no man's land. Alright, I'm gonna head back to Bernay. Alright, we need 131. We're already almost on it. There we go. You know, when I get there, I'm just gonna get shot in the face by flak. But we're gonna give it a shot anyway. What are you packing, Vic? Just 50 cal? Actually, he's in VR. He can't talk. Yeah, he's just packing the 50 cals. I gotta remember, these HVAR rockets don't fly very well. They're basically a grenade on a stick, so they dip hard. You gotta get real close. And aim high. "300 miles an hour. Shoot the train. What train? There's a train? Do you see it? I'm looking for you. It's weird, you're above me and I don't see you. I'm looking for it. I see the station. Okay, I see the train. Yeah, I'll hit it with the rockets. Give me a second. I'm coming back around on it. I didn't really see the train itself, though. Maybe I'll see it when I dive in. Okay, I'm gonna come in. Oh, it's moving now, it looks like. Kind of waiting to see movement. Alright, rolling in. I still don't necessarily see the train itself. I'm going to try to pick it up as I come in on it. Dude, I don't see a train, I just see the tracks. Or that's road. I'm looking in the wrong spot, hold on. Yeah, I'm looking in the wrong spot. I was looking at the road. Apparently I don't even see the train tracks. I see white smoke. I see it. I got it. Tally. Rolling in. I'm gonna see if I can get the rockets onto it. Direct hit on the tank. Or the train, I mean, sorry. That'll slow down the supplies. Okay, I'm coming in east in, west out with a 50 cal strafe run. Diving in. Whoa! Okay, the locomotive just blew up. The engine just blew up when I hit it. That train's done. I think there's a couple cars on the back if you wanted to blow them up or strafe them, you can. But I don't think that train's going anywhere. We got some rounds left, we'll use them. I'm just happy I hit it with my rockets. Those rockets are very iffy. I'm gonna strafe those last two cars one more time. Is it still on the map as a train? Yeah, it is. Train routes are now cut off. Enemy supply chain is disrupted. Good job, good job. I'm glad you spotted that, dude. That actually worked. Did you read the message? Yeah, RTB. We got up in the air, we supported some Mustangs in a dogfight with some Doras, and Doras went down, and then we were heading south to see if we can do some damage to the enemy, and Vic spotted their actual train on the map there, and we dove down and we destroyed the train, and it actually gave us the message that destroyed the supply lines, and the enemy's logistic supply lines by the train are temporarily cut off now. So we actually, it's like bombing out the runway. Okay, I'm heading back to Facamp. Let's climb up a little bit. No motors? What do you mean? Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just happy I was able to get those friggin' HVAR rockets onto that train. I'm not very good with those rockets. I need way more practice. Now all we have to do is make it back home and land without dying. We'll watch Vic land. He'll show us how it's done. Vic, you might want to switch over to your secondary tank. Whichever wing you were on, you should switch over to your other wing now. I think I'm gonna come in and do an overhead brake the opposite direction. I'm gonna come in south to north and brake into the south runway. That's the way it should be done anyway, because we took off the other direction. Do you want dibs, Vic? You want me to go first? Okay. If you want to, you can follow me into the brake, and when I brake, just go for an extra half mile or 1 mile, and then start your brake. So your brake's going to be elongated, but that's how you would do it. And then hope I don't screw up, which I probably won't. I'm all right. My arm is really tired, but I think I'll be okay. I don't think I'm going to screw up yet. I'll take the short brake. Actually, with Warbirds, the short brake's the harder one. But I think it's kind of easier, but it can be the harder one, because the tighter you turn when you're slowing and pacing, and the more risk you have of digging a wing. I think we should go straight north from here now, right? Yeah. Coming around to 000. Till I can see the runway. I think it's off to the left a little bit. Yeah, it is. I see it off to the left. I see it. Let's go ahead and turn off the gun sight. Yeah, that's the runway, I think, right there. Okay, everything's off. What do we got? 300 miles an hour, that's fine. Yep, that's the runway. Alright, we're going to carry 300 miles an hour into the brake. Alright, I'm overhead. See you in a couple minutes. Flaps down, gear down. Alright, looking good. Got the runway in sight. Almost down to 100 miles an hour. Rolling out on final. Wow. Okay, I'll take that out every day of the week. That was like perfect. I will take that every time. You got this, Vic. Ooh, little hop, little hop. Nice. Good stuff. let's... Nice. Good mission, Vic. Yeah, I can't believe we pulled that off. That's pretty slick. We helped kill, what, 2 Doras and took out their supply line. It's pretty slick. Not bad. Especially for being completely out of practice with warbirds and stuff. That's pretty good. Yeah, you got 2 radars. I got 2 radars. My rockets in 50 cal literally blew up that train. When that engine exploded when I hit it with the 50 cals, that almost spooked me a little bit. I was pretty close to it when I was strafing. That train is toast. What's up, Judge? How are you doing? I love how the train is still honking. All right, let's finish this. Finish the. Okay. I am out. Good stuff. I think on Monday when we come back, I'm gonna do some World War II. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Do some practice on warbirds and then actually come into this map and start doing some missions. Yeah, if you look on the map now, Vic, the red line with the hashtags through it, or the hash marks through it, is gone because we killed that train. So it actually deleted that supply line from the map. So we actually can see that they're no longer getting supplies between Caen and Bernay. That's a really nice touch to the programming, the scripting. Which means that Loco 86 to the north of St. Andre, if we killed that, then the red supply line between St. Andre and Bernay would disappear. I like that. Yeah, lurk away. All lurkers welcome, sort of. Not really, but depends on the kind of lurking. Boy, they're launching so many. There's so many junkers just going across the channel to bomb England. It's crazy. Boy, that's loud. Sorry about that, everybody. I didn't mean to leave the server with that loud-ass noise. There we go. Alright, everybody, I am going to call it a night. That was a lot of fun tonight. Tomorrow, Sunday, I will not be streaming, but I will be in the Discord at night. So if you need to get a hold of me, get a hold of me in the Discord like normal. I'll also be in the Discord for a few more hours tonight. We'll be back streaming on Monday. And I believe we're going to start doing some warbirds for a few days, or at least intermittently. Got to get back into that warbird groove. Although I'm super happy that we were able to take off and land so successfully in those warbirds with overhead brakes and everything. That's good stuff. It's not as easy as it looks. Alright, let me see who's flying. I'll get you guys rated over somewhere. We'll see who's flying. Is Santa still flying, streaming? Oh yeah, he is. You know what? We're gonna raid Santa. Santa's my boy. Yep, I'll be back on. Well, like I said, I'll be in the Discord. It's just Sundays. My body's all messed up from doing physical shit, so there's no way I can. I could try to fly, but it's just not worth the risk. I got to give my body some recovery after that stuff. But yeah, I'll be back streaming on Monday. Discord, if you need to get a hold of me, everyone's welcome in the Discord. There's no selling of things or anything like that. It's just a Discord for pilots. And tell Santa hi for me. He's a great guy. He's the one that makes those North Pole servers for all of us to enjoy. Give him some love when you get over there. YouTube people, thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the videos, enjoy the VODs. The full screen, full resolution video of tonight's stream will be up on the show channel probably within 24 hours usually. Take it easy, everybody.